What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the You Don't Know Ball pod. We have our Week 10 review / minigame / questionnaire. We are back from a brief hiatus. Brains were fizzling, brains were fried. We just needed a little break to rejuvenate ourselves, and we're back.
Fizzling and fried.
Fizzling and fried. How we doing, fellas?
Good.
Feels good to be back.
Fizzling and fried.
Feels great to be back.
No, it definitely feels great to be back.
Let me just say, they're lucky they didn't catch me last week after what Fields did to the Dolphins.
Yeah. Well, now you have.
Now
Yeah,
I
you
got
have, now you have 2 weeks.
Now I got time.
All right,
man.
real quick. Question to get to know us, and we'll do this faster because in the other episodes it was going kind of long. In Germany, and right before, as we discussed, they were singing Country Roads at the top of their lungs. What is the song that you sing at the top of your lungs and you can't help it every single time?
Oh shit!
Ooh.
You just put you just.
Hey, we're on the spot. Hunter, do you have one? You're kind of thinking right there.
Yeah,
I think it's
really
not an
probably-
easy question.
It's just like any classic to me. So
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah, you just stumped me here.
Oh, I got one.
I don't know if
All
I
right.
got one in the book.
I don't know if it's Christmas time and I hear a Christmas song banger. If it's Christmas Day especially and I'm hearing a Christmas banger, I'm probably going to sing along to it. Is that a fair answer?
but which
Is
one?
it? Yeah. What?
There's so many bangers for Christmas, dude. Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
All right.
Santa Claus is Coming to Town's a banger.
Lucky more than ever. I know every lyric to that song.
Yeah,
that song
I
is so
respect that.
good.
Which one did you go with, Hunter?
More than ever by Lucky.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I just looked in my recent songs and it's like popular on TikTok. Sweater weather. I could sing. I know every last word.
Which one's that? Give me the jingle.
Dude, come on.
Give me the jingle for it.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with Connor where like I know the
'Cause
song, but I
it's
don't
too
like.
cold for you.
Yeah.
fire.
I can
That's
sing
a great
that.
one.
I'm not saying I'm screaming at the top of my lungs, but I know every word to that song for sure.
My song.
I might scream that one with you.
I
My
used
song
to listen to
is
that so much.
an old song, "The Weight" by the band.
Foreign? Not sure if I've heard
Yeah,
it.
don't-
Whoa,
wait.
whoa.
Wait,
If
Yeah,
you
wait.
play it, if
Okay.
you
Give me
played
the
it,
jingle.
The band was the band that traveled around with Bob Dylan for a while. Like it was Bob Dylan in the band. And they
AJ
were the
Dillon's
band.
dad?
No, Bob Dylan's a goat.
I'm
So
just
they ended up breaking up, and then the band just started to play their own music. And yeah, it's a classic. I love this song so much.
I gotta say, I don't think I've heard
yeah.
it. I'm tweaked
Connor, you
out.
probably
from
heard
that.
me listen to this. And
Oh
I
yeah.
was feeling about 10:30.
I'm feeling the song.
Yeah, can't say I've heard it.
Yeah, I can't say I've heard
You
it,
know,
but-
it was just one of those songs that my dad would play when I was younger, and
That's
it just kind of stuck.
That's a great song. It's a fantastic song.
Levon Helm.
All right, Dabs, if you're thinking on your answer, mine is Kilby Girl by the Backseat Lovers.
That's a good song.
The Backseat Lovers are easily my favorite band right now. Just came
Wow.
out with the new album, Gas. A little bit
That
different
was a
from their old
TikTok
stuff.
song.
Yes. Hold on, wait. Let me play a little excerpt from. It's like rock, but it's like. Ah, damn.
No, it's good.
Can't say I know that song
It was,
either,
it was
bud.
huge on
Can't
TikTok.
say I know this one.
Can you skip to the chorus?
I think it's gonna come up right now.
They definitely know it on TikTok.
Yeah.
That was huge on TikTok.
Nope. Still not ringing a bell up in the brain.
Dude, if that,
Dobbs?
if that comes on in the car.
Yeah, I'm going
sure
any
it's-
Christmas song, but I guess we're gonna go. Dude,
Oh,
I don't. Dude, there's so
dude.
many bangers.
Dude, if you just don't go with simple Mariah Carey, like, I mean,
Yeah, well, that is a banger, but I don't know if I'm like. Yeah, well, I guess that we're gonna go with that one. What's that?
all I want for
That's
Christmas.
All I Want for, yeah, we'll go with All I Want for
That's a
Christmas.
great one.
I'm definitely gonna jam along to that one if it's Christmas, and I have
yeah.
you know, you have some eggnog. Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna roll.
Eggnog.
We'll roll with that one. I think that's got to be the one I go with.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that one. I was gonna go with like a more old classic one, but I was stumbling. I couldn't like find the names for them.
Yeah.
Sad moment, but
Hunter, take us away.
All right, let's move into some questions. First question: Saquon Barkley is a free agent next year. What team would you want him to sign to?
pulling up cap space immediately.
No, I throw cap space out of it because it's a fun game that we're doing.
Okay.
I don't want it
But
to be realistic.
You know what? You guys can do that. I feel like I can't do that though. I have to give a realistic answer because I'll just be lying to myself if I envision him in a fake scenario.
I'm gonna give my answer real quick. I think I give this answer for every running back that like I want to see in another team.
Miami.
No,
Oh.
good one, but it's the Cardinals. I love that Cliff Kingsbury freaking fantasy points. Like Cliff Kingsbury, even at Texas Tech, had an awesome like fantasy production from the running backs. Like every time you're in that system, you're gonna do amazing. Like James Conner was a top 5 running back last year, and in talent wise, maybe bottom third of the league.
Probably.
And you put Saquon on that team with that production, only running the ball when the box is light, like, oh, he would eat. And they trade for big names like that, so I could see them doing it for Saquon.
It's very viable too.
There we go.
So I'm gonna go. Oh man, there's a lot of good options here, but I'd say I'm gonna go. And as much as I wouldn't want to see him here, it's got to be the best spot. Looking at the cap, if he was going to go to the Falcons, that would be disgusting.
Stop it.
But Saquon, please don't do that.
You
Actually,
already know Art Smith would cook up.
bro, have you seen? Why is Art Smith on the hot seat? Just quick little side discussion.
shouldn't be.
Bro, yeah, Falcons fans are like pressed about nothing. Like, what do they think he's gonna turn Marcus Mariota into a superstar? And do they think that he's gonna turn Desmond Ridder into a superstar within 9 weeks? Like, that's the thing is like everyone's like, oh, it's like, bro, give the man some time. He's really working with like not that much right now.
I think I gave this answer before, like Connor did with the Cardinals. I'm gonna say Ravens just simply because
Fuck.
Lamar and Saquon would be
That was mine.
absolutely sick.
That would be
Like,
fuck.
what do you do? Seriously, what the hell do you do? That would suck. Being on the opposing defense, that would suck. But yeah, I think that would be electric to see for sure.
I've been giving this answer a lot too, and it was a popular one of mine for CMC, but I'm just gonna say the Bills. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Josh
Allen, Saquon.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Be fun.
sick.
Got to create some cap space for that, but like, hey,
They definitely cannot do it, but yeah.
Oh, no way.
This is a question that is definitely going to be based on your preference.
What is yours?
Preference. Oh,
Yo,
for
wait a
like
minute.
where Saquon would go?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't really planning on answering. You know, it would be really cool to see him play like with. Imagine if he went to the Eagles.
I was thinking about it.
Oh.
I was.
That would be
I was
kind
too.
of nuts.
That would suck for opposing defenses too, because that O line is
Great
disgusting.
offensive line.
He would eat
Oh my
Oh.
god.
7 yards per carry.
All right.
Wait, why are we not being homers here? Why not come to the Bears? We got the most money.
Khalil Herbert's already the GOAT.
I don't give a shit about
Saquon
that.
and Justin would kind of be
Justin
a ridiculous
and Saquon is
athletic.
probably the most ridiculous ever.
What does that say?
My brother's at the airport right now, and he posted a picture of a guy in a Packers jersey that was custom made, and the number is 69, and instead of a last name, it says Bears suck.
Yeah, well, that guy's a fat lard, so.
Oh.
Bro said lard.
I don't have respect for Green Bay. I don't give a damn.
I thought it said Bears City, and I was gonna say, did this guy just give the Packers franchise money to make a custom jersey to make it like that? I'm glad to see at least it didn't say Bears City.
The classic 69 number as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Cornball.
That was pretty
Is
corny.
it Bakhtiari 69 or am I tweaking?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Okay. Next question. Who would you rather have, Tyreek or Jettas?
Well, long term, we're just for one game.
How do you want to go, Tyler?
I feel like we should
I'd
go
say season.
not long term because I think
Yeah.
the obvious answer is
It's
Jettas.
Jettas, just because of age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Season.
Oh no! Just if you were the GM and you had to pick one of the two, just to start your
I would
team
like to go with the
that
Super Bowl
season.
analogy. If I had to pick him and he is my ex receiver to win the Super Bowl,
I'm going Tyreek.
I'm going
Tyreek.
Tyreek too. He opens up the game plan for everyone else also.
See,
Really tearing Connor apart.
See,
Those are his guys.
my my cousin was over yesterday. We were watching football and like we were talking about who's the best receiver, and it was before Jettas started going crazy. I was like, it's Tyreek for sure, easy, no doubt. And then I saw him start going nuts. I was like, holy shit! Like, dude, they knew it was going to him. And it's like the same shit with Kelsey in that Raiders game. They knew it was going to Kelsey in the red zone, didn't do shit. They knew it was going to Jefferson, you couldn't do shit. That's so tough.
So you made the question if you're drafting a team right now, but like you just need him for a season.
Yeah. To me, Tyreek's just too much of a mismatch. Like Jettis is crazy and he's like an all-around guy, but Tyreek opens other guys up too.
I was gonna say I feel like it's disrespectful to say like you can scheme up Jefferson. I don't know if you can scheme up Tyreek's speed.
That's my point.
You just might not have the horses in the race to go down the field with him.
That was my point.
And even if you
so
do like last week, everyone else still eats.
Another thing,
he opens up other
the
people.
Vikings, we've seen them have those like where if Kirk like that, and they're still they have a great record. They're making it work. You get my point. Where if sometimes Jed doesn't get going, it's hard for everyone else to get going.
in the playoffs, if you look at it, a lot of it's based off like momentum and big plays. And I think that's why the Bills got Von Miller, because all they need is that playoff, 1 or 2 plays. Tyreek's going to give you that every time. Justin Jefferson's just going to put you through hell all day.
Yeah.
I mean, that the play in the
Tyreek
Buffalo
can flip a
game,
game.
dude. The play
Several plays. Are you talking about the
just a
in?
long touchdown.
Yeah, the in.
Dude, he took a slant 60 yards to the crib in the fourth. Like, yeah, I'm gonna say Tyreek.
Oh, you all said Tyreek?
I don't know. I'm on the fence. It's my own question too.
I have one last thing to say. After
stumped
Connor,
myself.
I have a good point too.
All right. I think Tyreek Hill is the best receiver in the league. But if I have to choose between Tyreek and Justin Jefferson, I'm going to pick Justin Jefferson for this reason and this reason only. I think for Justin Jefferson, you can have him outside and he can work, do his magic, whatever, no doubt about it. But with Tyreek, if I'm an offensive play caller, I think there's a bigger hurdle for trying to get him open and trying to do all these plays to like get him open deep and whatnot. Like you saw Andy Reid, they kind of struggled last year when Tyreek was the only guy, and you're like, I have the best receiver in the league. I have to get him open some way. That's a big challenge to do, especially with somebody that's going to be double teamed the whole time. Jefferson can be double teamed outside, and if he's getting all the attention, maybe he does a little bit better.
Before you go, Dobbs, that's like this just made me think like you have to have the O line for Tyreek for sure. I'm just thinking about the Super Bowl play, Mahomes to him, that the wasp shit, whatever they're talking about. Mahomes had so much time back there. Like he stepped up in the pocket, but like if you don't he's not gonna go deep, and you gotta have the O line. So like, I don't know.
I don't know, but Tyreek's eating on short routes this
Well,
year.
yeah,
too.
yeah. I know, but I'm saying. But
I
like,
thought
if you
Tyreek
want-
was like not one dimensional, obviously, but like I thought he really excelled in just deep shit. Like he's eating in the intermediate, the short. Like it. Mike McDaniels is like using him to his full capabilities this year, and it's like I didn't think that he could perform better than previous years, and he is. Like it's crazy.
No, exactly. And you basically said this in your thing, but this is for me what makes a difference, because I actually literally had this discussion the other night too, and this is exactly what I said. If you give me Tyreek, I guarantee I'm gonna have 2 guys at all times on the defensive side committed to him. I have a guaranteed mismatch somewhere in this field that I can take advantage of a hole in the zone, something. I know that safeties, no matter what, going to be following him. Even if he's not, it's a touchdown. Like, it's like if you give him that snap and the quarterback reads it, you just throw it high and far enough, and you know what I mean. It's going to be like there's no way he loses that rep. Versus that's the thing is, Jettis, you might be able to, if you have the right corner, give 5, 6, 7 one-on-ones a game. And if your corner can hold up, it's a huge advantage. Like, that's, and with Tyreek, you're never going to get, and big third down situations and shit. Versus you literally cannot do that with Tyreek in those third down situations. Because if you do, it's just, he's going to cook you, and there's literally no 2 ways about it.
I'm gonna ask another question, but like, who do you have more trust in to take a 5-yard hitch route to the crib? And I think that's just what solidified it for me. Like, Tyreek's gonna do that.
Yeah.
The way you're right. No, you're right. And I think Tyreek's the best receiver in the NFL, probably has been for a while now, but it's just like if my head coach is some average offensive coordinator, say Nick Sirianni, and it's probably a harder job to scheme Tyreek open just because of like the attention that he draws than it would be for Jefferson or an AJ Brown.
I agree with that.
Like the 5-yard slants, like Tyreek's smaller. Yeah, he has the potential to take to the crib. But, if they're playing tough coverage and he's got a guy on him, Jefferson's probably coming down with that when Tyreek's not. So you have the advantage
Smaller thing.
Right. You have the advantage of just like having a guy that can truly hold down the X even when he's not as talented or as fast as Tyreek.
I think I thought of a way we can all come to agreements on this because I think it's a good way to put it. We can agree they're basically both the best receiver in the league. I'd rather have Jettis in the red zone and I'd rather have Tyreek everywhere else. Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, that's
Sure,
fair.
yeah.
Like,
That's
is
very
that-
fair.
I think that's like
They're
that.
good in like you can make the case that they're good in their own situations, like in a certain spot in the game, a certain.
Or
Right.
even Jettis backed up
just-
in your own end zone too, within your own 15-20 because it gives you so much room to kind of like, I'm just going to toss your way. You need to bring it down.
I want one of those guys on my team.
Yeah, desperately.
Those guys are cool.
You guys just need one so bad.
So, if Sean Payton comes back next year, what destination do you think he's going to coach at?
I can tell you this literally from because I've been I keep up with the Sean
Gotta
Payton
figure
news.
out.
You know if y'all don't know by now, come on, big Saints fan over here. But thing is,
Who did
I know
he say
he's
he wanted to team up with? Oh,
I was-
Lamar.
yeah. So that's definitely something interesting. But I think he's already basically come out and say I'm not going to coach anywhere that's had recent dysfunction that is a dysfunctional organization that has a dysfunctional owner. He's not going to do it. Then I don't blame him. He doesn't. He's just too far into his career and too elite to get himself into some shit where he's being dragged down by the front office. So he's basically made it clear he's only going to go somewhere with an established good front office and basically a big market. So if I consider those and I start thinking who is going to need a coach in a big market next year, I don't even have the answer yet. But I think that's the groundwork for we need to think for our answers. So if y'all have any good ones, let me know. I'm going to start thinking, but I just kind of want to let you in the mind of Sean Payton and what I've been reading.
Yeah.
So just like if it maybe helps out a little bit.
So I'm just looking at teams and like I really don't know. Like I think most of the bad teams are going to keep their guys for another year, if that makes sense. Like they're not willing to like cut out right away. But I do think that there is an interesting situation that has good weapons and a decent quarterback with the head coach that might get fired. And I'm going to say the Cardinals.
That came to my mind too.
I just don't know who else would like fit the bill where like they're not a crazy big market, Dobbs, but it's like they have D-Hop, they have Kyler, like all the other teams that suck, like I don't know what would entice Sean Payton to go there. So
You want to go?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to take anybody's, but I guess I'll just go. I'm gonna say the Chargers.
Damn it!
I know
that-
you're thinking
yeah,
about it,
fuck.
so I was gonna give it. Do you want to give it? You can take it. Just say
No,
your
no.
reasoning.
No, you go first.
Okay. Well, number one, he gets Justin Herbert, so out of the gate, you're already at a very good advantage being a head coach. You really Sean Payton and Justin Herbert, like you're not gonna do bad with those two guys, and I just think that Vince Lombardi is just running
Joe Lombardi.
Sorry, thank you.
That was funny though. That was funny as hell.
I think Joe Lombardi is just running a worse version of Sean Payton's offense. So you come in and Sean Payton takes over. It's pretty much the same thing. You're running the same sort of plays, but you just have a better play caller.
Yeah, just picturing Peyton and Herbert is crazy. They would cook to new heights. I think that would be seriously unreal. I mean, yeah, you got to get a new receiver though first because Keenan,
He's dead to me.
he's probably done.
or you could just look
Oh,
in-house.
he's probably done. No, dude, Palmer sucks.
What?
Stop.
Yeah,
He
no,
can't
stop,
be a
stop.
one.
He
He
doesn't
doesn't suck.
suck.
He
I
can't
don't
be
think
a
he's
one.
a one either, but yeah,
He can't be a one there. Stop it.
In my
right
world.
now.
In my world, he's a one.
He can't. He didn't do anything last night to prove that.
What
So,
about the game before?
against the Falcons? Congrats. Terrible. Anyways, but yeah, I just think that would be fantastic because Lombardi, like you were saying, Lombardi, if you look at their throw chart, like I think he's afraid to throw, like have routes go past 10 yards.
Agreed. And
Nagy
when,
for real.
15 yards.
and when they do,
20 yards.
it's a first down on the first drive.
Right.
Or
Every
touchdown
time.
on the first
Yeah,
drive.
it's every time. So like, I don't know what his deal is, but yeah, that would be unreal.
Dylan's cheesing. I want to hear your answer.
Well, no, I already said my answer.
Oh, yeah.
But I was so to the first drive point last night. I was going against Herbert in fantasy, and like I was so scared. He dimed one to DeAndre Carter in the first drive, and I was like, I'm fucked. Like, there's no way I have a chance to win. And then they just kind of didn't do anything.
They
the rest of the
stalled
game.
out.
So yeah,
I have an interesting team, and I know he doesn't want to go to dysfunction, but they've kind of turned around. What if Zach Taylor got fired and he
I
went
was
to the
thinking
Bengals?
about that.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon.
Wouldn't they have to eat
I
a
was
ton of
thinking
money on
about
that
that.
contract though? They'd have to like that's the
Oh, didn't they just
and that's
extend
what
him?
I've been.
Yeah.
And am I
No,
incorrect?
but that actually came into my mind.
Am I incorrect about the fact because I could be wrong about this, but don't people say that the Bengals owner like hates like where he won't there's like he really hates spending money type shit.
Yeah, he's really
like it's like
frugal.
so That's a good one. See, but I have one I think it's going to blow your guys' mind because it's going to sound blasphemous, but I'm being serious for a second.
Don't say, I know.
No, I'm gonna
I know
remind
who
you-
you're looking at.
No.
I think I know.
No, if
who
you
you're
think,
looking
no. Who do you think?
at. Just go first.
No, who do you think?
Who do you think?
Well, he's got the NFC North and the NFC South here.
I was about to.
If you say the Lions,
Oh no! Well, you think I'm crazy? No. This because the thing is, I'm a realistic guy, and I say things even if they're painful to my heart because I'm honest and I'm real.
No way.
You know something about Sean Payton that I know everyone should know, but it kind of got brushed over. But you guys remember when we were talking about it. Look, man, and this is the thing. It still kind of hurts to this day but it's the way history unfolds. Of course, we wanted Drew our last year and all that, but y'all remember if Drew retired that offseason where Brady had his decision to make where he was coming, it's established he was going to come play with Sean Payton. He wanted to come play with Sean Payton. The Saints were the destination. Drew said, "No, fuck that. I'm not going out with the refs." And the way we went out, I don't blame him. He's like, "I want one more run at this with my team." And if Tom comes and then he wins the bull, I understand his point of view. So Brady didn't have the chance to come to the Saints and play with Sean Payton. If they end up making the playoffs, first round bounce, or don't make the playoffs, come on, like would that not be a great situation for him to just slip into?
I'm saying, wait,
Like, and it's
you're saying the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Yeah,
Okay.
like slipping back to the like slipping because it's still he's still in the area, but going to Florida, like I wouldn't blame him at all. I would hold no ill will. It would just be a tough thing to see, but at the same time, I would support him nonetheless. Let me be clear, Sean Payton will always be my guy. Literally, no matter what decision he makes, it doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, if they don't make the playoffs, I think they gotta get rid of Bowles or just put him back as the DC because that's clearly not working. You know,
He already had a chance as a head coach.
He's
before
already
too,
had
the
yeah,
Jets,
exactly.
so.
He's had his chances. So like I think they would for sure can him, and then I think that would be a tough hurdle for him himself to get to the Bucks.
I agree. It'd be hard for him to overcome. Like, but if they had given the right money, and he gets a chance to play with Tom, I wouldn't blame him.
Last thing on this, and then we can move on to the next question. Kind of thinking that the Bears should have just hired like a David Coley type of guy to bridge the gap to Sean Payton because he went to Naperville Central. He's from Chicago.
I thought that's what Dubs was going to say. I thought he was going to say the Bears at first, but hey.
That's true.
I like Eberflus. I'm not saying anything, but hey, come on.
Don't ever get it twisted. If Sean Payton said he would come coach the Bears, Eberflus, I'll pack your bags, buddy. I will pack your bags as fast as I can.
See, I didn't think you guys would say that because I feel like for the first time ever, though, the
Bro,
Bears feel like they have.
No, give me Sean Payton, bro.
I know what you mean. No, I'm just,
That's how I felt when they hired Nagy. I was like, oh my God, an offensive coach. And then
Payton is Payton would fucking cook.
Sean Payton's a Super Bowl winning head coach.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame head coach. Like, come on.
Nah, he would cook to new levels of.
I'm not saying the Bears would have done something like this, but they should have been on that step ahead shit where they were like, we're gonna hire a bridge guy.
They should have just
we're
put
gonna convince Sean Payton to come here.
They should have put John DeFilippo as the head coach.
Yeah, come on.
I get it though because
bring John Fox
but it makes sense though. Where it's
Fangio?
like, this makes more sense because then they gave themselves security long term if he doesn't want to come there. And then it's then it's like if he wants to, you just have to make a tough decision. But sometimes that's just life, and that's literally going to be
he
a
could come
reality.
for 1 year. If we win the Super Bowl, I'm chilling.
Oh, hold on. I have a great one I just thought of, and I'm sorry we keep on going longer than this.
This is a great topic,
dude. It's got to be the Cowboys. Get Mike McCarthy the hell out of there. Oh my God! Put Sean Payton on there.
Relax on McCarthy.
No, he's spitting.
No, like as a head coach.
No, yeah, but he's okay though. It's not like they're gonna.
He was fitted up in Green Bay at 9 a.m.
Yeah, he was. He looked
saw
kind of
him?
raw. Yeah, he looked kind of sick.
I will say though, how much Aaron Rodgers talked him up these past couple weeks has me thinking. I think he was a better coach than I kind of always thought he was.
I see that. I see that.
When they released the video of him like grinding in the offseason with all of his other assistants and stuff, I was like, damn, I respect the fuck out of this guy.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Him and his boys were in the kitchen cooking up plays while they didn't have jobs. Respect.
Yeah, that's sick.
All right, well,
I've never seen this.
All I'm gonna say that
no, it will actually change your perspective on Mike McCarthy.
All I'm gonna say to
He's
that,
kind of a goober still, but
it still looks like fuck, who's calling the plays? Who's there?
Kellen Moore.
It still looks like Kellen Moore's been running on offense for 4 years. Like the play calling's the same. So what is Mike McCarthy really doing?
That is true.
He's smashing watermelons.
Advising.
Isn't that a thing that he did last year?
Sure, but
or 2 years ago?
It's the America's team.
Yeah, that's a big brand.
America's
he would for
team.
sure fit right in there.
Yeah, come on.
I would much rather see him on the Cowboys than the Bucks, which is something 99% of America wouldn't say. But like, you got to understand my point of view.
That would be sick. You just did something.
I did.
That'd be cool. Really cool.
Okay, so with the international game, we just had Tom Brady in Munich. where would you like to see the next international game played?
Tyler, you go first.
No,
I love your answer.
I changed it. I changed
Oh,
it.
okay.
I gotta take a look. I'm just literally about to open a map of the world.
Say Munich.
Would I say it wrong?
Munich.
I say that too.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Munich.
That's what he said.
I just thought people would clown.
Yeah, it probably would. Munich.
Munich.
With Tom Brady just playing in Munich, where would you like to see the NFL play its next international game?
I was clowning before the show. Oh, what the fuck?
Yo.
You guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a fizzle.
But I said Egypt on some goofy shit. I think that'd be pretty cool, but they'd probably be overly hot
No.
and probably die on the field.
Here, let me save you.
What?
They have not played a game in Africa, so like.
Yeah, but I was gonna go with Australia.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that'd be cool.
Mhm.
Find a stadium, build
Just
a,
name 2 continents.
somewhere Sydney, Australia. Sorry.
No. I mean, like, it was limited.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Never
know.
mind.
He took away 2 full fucking continents.
Yeah, sorry. But
Well,
yeah,
no, he said Egypt, which is a country, so
yeah.
yeah.
So
now we're getting
Trudeau-
we're getting mixed up. I think I'm gonna go Alaska. Hadas, not
Hell no.
Hadas, not. On a serious note, all right. Connor, you got a good one. I'm like
I do. I always get a good one. Yeah, so I like the, European vibe everybody's going on, but, I think that soccer already has like a big hold on all that. And, I'm going to say it cuz they already have a league out there. China. I want to see a Beijing football game. People turn out for that shit. Also, like, they're a developed country, so playing a big sport like that in a country like that would be huge for them. They'd gravitate towards it. You guys remember when Michael Jordan went and played over there?
Oh, dude,
Everybody showed out.
it's like this. They do that. Steph Curry and them. They just went
Yeah.
this past season.
Exactly.
They love American. Like they
Mhm.
thought Steph Curry was God on the street. Like
Yeah.
they loved him. Like
They-
they were like flocking to him. It was cool. I listened to him and Clay talk about it, but
They love the icons. So
They- yeah.
bring
Oh.
a Tom Brady Mahomes matchup to China and tell me that place doesn't sell out in 10 minutes.
yeah,
that's definitely got to be a sellout.
Right?
So I'm trying to think in terms of like finance and everything too, but like, I'm just gonna, you think I don't know. It's like I don't know if they would rock with it that much, but I think an interesting spot would be Spain.
I was just thinking
Yeah,
that.
Hunter and Dylan, both of them.
But he was looking up best cities and he was stopped on Barcelona.
I
I steal
for
it?
real typed in best cities into Google.
I'm just going a whole country, somewhere in Spain. But I think that'd be kind of a cool spot.
Hey, I think Valencia is supposed to be a cool city right on the ocean, so that's gonna be my pick.
The Oceanside
Or
game.
Madrid. I mean, Madrid's a huge city,
Yeah.
literally in the middle of Spain. So
That
I
would
think-
be probably likely, but that would be dope either way though.
yeah,
I think Dobbs said this before the podcast, but Japan would be dope as fuck. Like a game in Tokyo.
I don't think I said Japan. Someone else
Someone
did.
said
I
that.
did, I did,
Oh, yeah,
but
you said Japan.
Japan
yeah.
would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a
Japan would be
minute, bro. What?
Japan would be really cool.
Bro, isn't
That'd
that
be raw.
that place is so small and they're just surrounded by like videos and like
Well, I know
screens and everything.
they
and,
like.
that's all they'd see if they
That
came.
would be. No,
I
that's
think-
definitely a great idea.
I think sports are more ingrained into Japanese culture than Chinese culture, because
You're
like
probably right.
the baseball league is pretty big, and I want to say no. I guess that's China that has basketball league too.
I think
Hmm.
Japan does as well. I mean,
Yeah.
they've got
I
a
think both are really big on American sport.
Yeah, they do.
Regardless,
Yeah.
regardless of
Yeah.
what they pick, but I think they are.
I think I said China instead of Japan just because Japan doesn't really have a lot of like area to play football. Like if they wanted to start playing football, you got to do it in the city. But China, you got one of the largest countries on earth. You can find some field to play some toss around the pigskin. All right.
There. Wait, I have a little spin zone.
Spin
I don't know if it's gonna be in
Spin zone for countries.
I don't know if it's gonna be in favor or not.
Okay.
It's just a question. Would you be in favor of them playing the Super Bowl?
outside of the US.
No.
I don't think they'd ever do it, but it'd be
realistically-
cool.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Well, yeah,
cool,
they would do it, but
Yeah.
No.
But for them, they would literally be like. they would be reasonably blown away.
I think I know what you're trying to say. If the Super Bowl was played outside of the U.S., that country would be getting the highest level of football you can see. And tell me you're not being just gravitated towards that game.
Also, it's all the ancillary events that take place, too. Because for, like, 2 weeks before, because they have the Pro Bowl, so, like, 2 weeks before they're setting up for the Super Bowl, and they have all the stuff that's going on, the media coverage. I don't even know what else goes on, to be honest. A lot of shit. And I think that would, like, really help out the NFL.
Like in Brazil, go to Brazil or something.
Bring
They
the
go
fucking
crazy.
whole parade down.
I don't know. I think that would be cool.
Go ahead.
But like, okay, I'd rather see them play outside of the country than when the Broncos and Seahawks played in New Jersey in the middle of February. Are you kidding me? That was horrible. One, it was a horrible Super Bowl. Two, it was cold. Like, fans probably didn't enjoy it as much as they would have if it was in Arizona or Texas.
It's always in Arizona, though.
Why?
So, like,
Yeah. Why did they ever think it was smart to go play in the middle of February up
Yeah,
in the
that's
East
bad.
Coast? That was a horrible, horrible idea, I thought.
I know the players are mad, too.
Right, freezing.
One last thing on the international thing. Soccer stadiums are just, like, infinitely cooler than the NFL stadiums. And I don't care what anyone says. It's true.
Well, I think to your point, like, college stadiums are way bigger than the NFL stadiums, and there's so many.
Bro, the Big House and the Shoe.
Like, that's 110,000 people, 108,000 people on each
Soldier
side.
Field is like 60K or something.
Like 55 or something. Like, come
But
on.
I think it's also just because seating arrangements at those type of places, and it definitely creates a much more explosive environment. But it's also I just think because things are much more
Yeah.
like benched. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of just like more open,
More
type of-
boxes
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like, I know at Soldier Field, they took out, like, rows of bleacher seats almost for press boxes and,
Yeah.
like, suites and stuff like that.
That is like really the big difference.
I think it would be cool
Yeah.
if they played in front of 110,000 people.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Go to the big house. Nah, not the big house. They suck. Go to the Shoe.
I can run more questions unless you guys want to take it off with something else.
I think I'm down for more questions.
I'm down for
Alright,
more
bet.
questions too.
So this is an interesting one, definitely with the layout of the playoffs kind of right now. What does the Browns season look like when Deshaun comes back week 13? December 4th, he's playing the Texans, his team he came from.
I don't.
It's going to be the preseason for next year for them. That's my answer. Because they're not competing for the playoffs at this point. They're not going to make the playoffs. So, like, I think it really is just about gaining momentum into the offseason, if that makes sense.
No, I totally agree. Yeah. I think their season is probably lost. So, like Dylan's saying, like, yeah, it's just to get. It's like practice almost kind of, but you're playing in a game. Bills they have next week. The Bucks, and they play the Texans when he comes back. They're already 3-6. Yeah, I don't see him doing much.
Yeah, I think it'll look rough, and I think people will end up overanalyzing it. But to your guys' point, the season's going to be over. A lot of instability there right now it'll just be kind of like preseason for next year. But it's rough season for the Browns. I think everyone expects a little bit more for sure.
I agree. I think it's been a really rough season for the Browns. But the thing to me is that, like, the Browns haven't, when they had a leader, they had a quarterback that led the team in Baker Mayfield. The Browns played a hell of a lot better than they are right now. And this whole season has just kind of felt like we're waiting for our guy to come back. And, like, do I really give a shit if I'm going 110% against a team when we have Jacoby Brissett that's not a world beater? Deshaun Watson comes in week 13 against his former team and, dare I say, just lights the fucking hell out of him. You're not, like, hyped or excited, like, damn, we have a fucking talented quarterback. We have a good roster. We're, like, probably 3-8 at this time, but holy shit, things are looking good for next year.
That was my point.
Yeah, you're right. A good quarterback, but they also have a rapist.
Okay, I know. I'm trying to just do football.
Fuck
but,
Deshaun
like,
and fuck the Browns forever.
I agree. He shouldn't ever step on the
And
football
fuck the
field again.
Texans.
and fuck the Texans,
They
yeah,
con-
because they did it
literally
as well.
condoned it.
But now we're getting off topic. But yeah, he's a good quarterback, but he's also a rapist. So, anyways,
Also, one more thing I want to think about. Do you guys think this style of offense is going to be good for him? Because Bill O'Brien's style was a lot different.
I think they'll change it up a lot.
Really?
Well, just because he's got the talent,
Mhm.
like, I mean, the receivers are okay.
Right.
Do you
Cooper-
trust Stefanski to do that, though?
I think
There's a lot of
Stefanski
coaches
can.
that just, like,
I think
stick with their
Stefanski
system.
can cook. I really do deep down. I think he can cook. He's just in a tough spot right now. But like, I think he's one of the better head coaches. Maybe not like obviously like top tier, but I think he has the ability to light it up. And I think you kind of have to change it up. Like I know some coaches are hard headed and like it's my way or the highway, but I think if you want to succeed, he's gonna have to change it up.
I agree. I'm definitely a fan of Stefanski too. I don't know if he's willing to do that, to be honest. You know what I mean?
I mean, mixing some play action, it's with Brissett, it's like, I'm not really that
It's
scared,
really just about putting Deshaun in shotgun, I think.
Yeah.
So
that too.
I was thinking about this honestly. Literally earlier in the shower, I was like, is Stefanski still going to be the guy next year? As of right now, I think it kind of depends how the season ends. I think if I'm the Browns and if I'm paying the contracts, I'm paying, I'm saying, look, man, you better prove to me that you're worth it next year because I'm not fucking up next year. And you better prove to me that this game plan can translate to Super Bowl contention.
So you think that these last like 5 or 6 games are Stefanski's buying for his job almost?
Yeah, especially like you said, with Deshaun coming back, I think it's like you better show me if I'm like it goes back to if I'm gonna pay you a lot of money because he's getting paid a lot of money. If you're one of the highest paid coaches, dude, you better show me you can make this explosive fast. Because like they're the Browns and it's like there's so much pressure they cannot fuck this up.
Yeah.
Talk about like if they mess this up, this is the type of shit where you almost like have to, and this is almost blasphemous, but I'm being serious, like rebrand your organization. I mean, they have literally done nothing since they came into the NFL, and it's like, I'm sorry, Brent, like they understand where I'm coming from. This is their legitimately first chance in so long to actually do something. And they went so long being so bad with what's the word? Just like care in place. First time they've set it up, they know they can't mess it up. And if and I'm sure the owner's like, I'll be damned if Stefanski's going to be the one who's going to mess me over on this. Like, I'd rather give some guy fresh 4-year start that I have total faith in if you're not going to carry us out.
Back to your point of just like, there's a lot of pressure on them to get this right. What they did was controversial. In the time being, when they traded for him, everyone's like, what the fuck? And then Jimmy Haslam, the owner,
I think that's why the
he
Browns
said something at the press conference or something, like almost like defending this. Like, it just looked like so bad at the point, and they are a dump-ass franchise. They are bad.
Well, another thing, they don't have a future. They don't have picks.
They don't have picks.
It's now or like you can't do it. So that's why I would agree. Stefanski probably is vying for his job because if there's a better candidate out there and you're loading up for next year, don't the Browns have still like a lot of cap space?
I don't know after that guarantee. Isn't that fully guaranteed contract?
It is. I'm trying to remember how much he's getting a year though.
Well, and they also paid Denzel, the highest paid corner in the league. Miles, they paid. I'm sure they got to take some of Coop's money from Dallas. Line has got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Worth noting that Denzel hasn't been the same since he got paid either. Just kind of like a little side note, but
well, he got a concussion, and that's like his third in the past 2 years.
That's the thing. I'm not blaming it on him specifically, but it's just concerning. Like
I know someone was saying, like, I forgot who it was. I think it was someone I follow on Twitter, but they're like, you might be forced to like call it a career, maybe. I don't know. It was weird.
Whoa.
Well,
see, I didn't know this.
Well, it wasn't like it was just someone speculating like this guy's had a lot of concussions in his last 2 years with the Browns.
If you've had that many concussions, you should start to consider it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They'll have $9.4 million next year.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not good.
I just wanted to say too, and then we can move on. I was always a huge fan of Stefanski, but the more I was thinking about it as you guys were talking, like I kind of thought it was like crazy. Like there's no way they would fire him. But like even with Brissett, I would have expected the Browns to be better than what they are right now. So I do see your point.
And
I didn't think about it in that light. I've just kind of like thought like they don't have Deshaun, it's whatever. But like they can run the ball really well. Their defense has been
really bad.
Yeah, but like I would still expect them to be better than what they are right now.
I think the last thing I want to say is how many times have we seen them blow a game? That's the most important thing to me. Is it's like he can't. It's like I want a guy who gets the game, gets it, and you don't fold. Like I don't want the faltering, the folding, and he's done that so many times. That's the main thing too. Where I look at it, it's like you really got to prove to me that you're the guy.
He was there with Baker his first year, and they went to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
I think he was a coach of the year candidate.
Oh,
He's had impressive.
I think
seasons.
he's a good coach.
Did he win it?
I thought he did.
He won it.
He has won it. He has won it before.
I think he won it.
Then it was with the Browns. Yeah.
Well,
but that's the thing is, it's not to naggy him, but it's reality where one coach of the year doesn't mean anything.
You got to find the juice.
It doesn't mean anything in the long term. It does mean something that year, but
I got a good question, I think, if you're ready to move on, Dylan.
Yeah.
So, I got to think how I'm going to phrase this, but I think it's a fair question for all of us to ask. As Bears fans, sitting at, we're 3-7 right now. Do you guys want to win more games this year or
Wow.
lose more
You literally
and get a
asked-
better stock?
I'm not a loser, bro. I don't like losing. None of those guys like losing at all. I can tell
Me
you
and
that right
Tyler
now.
got in this argument in a group chat
This is
today.
Oh, this is gonna be
No,
top tier
like
content.
seriously, I don't give a fuck about a draft pick. I certainly don't, because
Bro,
I
we just lost to the Lions.
We're
understand.
not good.
I understand, but I know they want to win. I know fans want to
He's
win.
on some grit mentality.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I respect it. I
There's
do. But
there's
it's
so
just
many
like,
games that we could have won. The season could be totally different right now,
and I'm looking
but
at
would
it as
they
a
win
blessing.
in the offs
bro.
with this team?
No, I don't care. It's about experience and you're setting a culture. Even Foos has no culture.
Will Anderson
right
has a
now.
lot of experience.
I don't care about Will Anderson. I don't give
I
a damn.
love Will Anderson.
Jalen Carter has a lot of experience.
Kevin White was great at pick 7, right?
Oh my god, we're not doing
there's
this.
so
We're
many-
not doing this.
That was pace.
There's so many guys
Stage
like
legend
that.
Kevin White.
But there's also a ton of
I
good guys.
understand, but
Jamar was at
it's,
5.
but it's not like they're guaranteed.
Waddle was at 6.
I agree
Is
with
there
this
a
point.
Waddle
Though.
in this class?
I understand
Like,
your point. I definitely do.
It's not a guarantee at any moment. And if we want a receiver like we talked about,
Yeah.
But
Pace or Poles is not picking it in the top 5. That's just not his
that
idea.
shouldn't.
No, you're right.
And if we want a
I don't think they're
receiver,
gonna be top 5. I don't think they're gonna get that.
we'll
low.
go in the
No.
15, 16
But-
age range. Like,
My thing though is like you can't use that as an argument to not want a high draft pick.
fuck a high draft. Like, fuck tanking, bro. I don't understand. Like, that shit is loser talk. I'm tired of that shit. Like, if you're the Panthers, fuck yeah, you guys suck. Tank, throw everything away. But like, this team has been in so many games.
I'm not saying I definitively want us to lose the rest of the games, but like if we're competing in a game and we don't end up winning, I'm like, is that necessarily the worst thing? No.
It's loser talk. I've had it. Like, it's enough.
Wait,
Justin
realistically,
Fields-
the Panthers probably have just as many like
Justin-
productive pieces as the Bears, just not at the same spot.
Justin
like,
Fields-
Probably
it's
true.
not like you're like they're like the same.
Like, you're telling me, and someone made a good point. I think I saw on Twitter, like, who says Justin's to re-sign that contract? What if he's tired of this losing shit? What
Bro,
if
that's
something
in
doesn't
3
change?
years.
Oh,
That's
but
in
they
3
traded up for him.
years.
Can I move this conversation into
No,
a
but like
productive
that's what
lane?
I'm saying. Like, wait, let me like the dude. There was a report that came out. It was an hour after the game ended. He was still at his locker in full pads and
I
all that.
retweeted that.
And he was just sitting there because he wants to win, bro.
Good, he
That shit
should
is-
wanna feel like that.
shit is lame. Like like I'm just saying, like that shit is
But
so
it's-
lame to me,
but
bro. I don't
the
give a fuck about it. I
The
don't give a
fan
fuck.
perspective has nothing to do with what's going on in the clubhouse. Like Justin is not sitting there like I'm not saying I want Justin to go out there and lose games. He should want to win. But as a fan, if they don't end up winning a game and it slides us to a closer pick, I'm like, it's not the worst
Okay,
thing in
and
the
then
world.
and then you're gonna start bitching and complaining if that draft pick doesn't work out. That's just how it is.
That's reality, though.
I understand, but like if we want
that
a
happens
receiver,
to
Can I
every
say something?
franchise. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, now that I have the floor, let's look at the games in the future because Hunter, your question was, do you want us to lose more games?
Yeah. Do you want to lose, get a better draft pick, or do you want to try to win?
Do you want to lose or do you want to try to win? So let's look at it from the rest of the schedule standpoint. We got the Falcons up next. I'd be fine with us winning that game because we have the Jets, Packers, Eagles, Bills. We can try to win those games, but sure as hell, damn it, we're probably going to lose all of them. So yeah, let's go out and try to win some damn games because then we might beat the Lions and we might beat the Vikings. So we can go out, we can try to win games. We're probably not going to. And our pick is still going to be top 10,
Okay,
even
that's-
if we're trying.
that shit. I'm
That's a
I'm
good
saying-
point.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying
yeah.
we should go out and try to win
we
should.
They like. I don't understand
because we're not going to for most of those games.
I mean, but Connor, would you want them to win? Do you
Yes.
want them to win?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
And this is
Okay.
why. This is why. Even if we win a couple, say we win 2 of these games that we're not supposed to, realistically, our pick is still going to be 7 to 15, and that's a pretty good range to grab some good players. So it doesn't have to be top 5. I'm with you, Dylan. Top 5 pick, Jalen Carter or the tackle from Northwestern, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
That'd be
I like those guys,
awesome.
but like those, I can tell you right now, those guys in the building in House Hall, they don't give a fuck about someone that's not on their team this year. They don't give
they're-
a damn.
Right. They're out there to win.
Like,
I know,
they
but
are playing to like
their
kills
perspective-
it kills everything when you lose.
I'm not saying that the Bears don't want to win. Obviously, they want to win. This is their job. They fight for it every fucking day in practice. The Bears in Hallis Hall, all the staff, they want to win. It's
Like that, but that's
what
like
I'm
setting a
saying has
culture.
no effect on what the Bears are going out and doing.
I
don't want
understand.
the Bears to go out and throw the games. I'm just saying, shit, if they don't win, like, it's not the worst thing in the world.
It's probably
I-
better.
For
I get it.
a
probably
fan
better.
Let me
perspective.
say from the
Yeah.
Saints' perspective, like if we had our
I also-
pick, I would be cheesing right now. It's at the point where it's like we were losing, I'd be like, you know what, this is a great drive to pick. It's like I would be in that boat where it's like it is what it is, especially because you guys also even said, are you sold on Eberflus 100%? I mean, you guys were saying that's my point. It's like if you were still in the rebuild, you want to load up. That like this you load up with game-changing, game-wrecking players.
You can
And you
get
get
that
game-changing,
at 15.
game-wrecking player.
But
You
but
can get
what
that
if we
at
get a top
15.
10 and you trade back and now you have
That- I
10
said-
to 15,
I said
10
that to-
and 15.
That's what I said too. That would be
Yeah,
the
no, but it had to be the top 4, I think, because it's a quarterback needy team. You got to trade with someone that needs a quarterback.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
someone could go and trade
okay,
up.
Raiders?
if your polls right now, is this not like the most perfect rebuild
It is.
situation? Your quarterback is going out there competing. You're putting up 30 points a game, and you're still getting a high pick.
That's-
This is exactly what you would want as a
So-
Bears fan.
No, my point exactly.
Lame.
My point exactly is-
win the
Lord.
games. I don't give a fuck.
I
I like to win. I
I'm
don't know.
okay with them winning. I'm
Win
not saying I
games.
want them to lose.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
I
as
just-
long as they go out and compete, that's all I ask.
The only thing that, and I've been saying this since the beginning of the year, the Bears are good enough where they can go out and compete in games with people that, they might not even have a chance with it anyways. But I think they'll end up losing because our roster's not that great. But as long as Justin Fields progresses, the team gets a taste of what it feels like to play in a fluid system where the offense is actually competent. That's all I care about.
Or imagine if they had a taste of playing in meaningful games down the stretch. That's so much better than anything
Not
you could
this
think
year.
of.
Not this year.
Bro, if Justin's playing in a meaningful game down the stretch,
What year
like,
is Justin in?
I understand it's year 2, yes. But like that's huge.
He still has 3 more years.
What
on
was
the Bears
Mahomes
contract.
doing in year 2? Winning fucking hella games in the Super Bowl.
Because they actually had a
Like,
roster
I know,
to win
but, like,
those
I'm
games.
saying like he was put in stretches and like in games that you needed to win. Like that's what he needs to experience. Year 3 comes around, it's like we're in a big game. We've never been there
I agree.
before.
So let's use-
We've never played in a big game in
Let's
like a
use-
big time spot.
Let's use Sunday as an example. I would have been fucking thrilled if he led them down the field, marched on the field, and got the win. I would have been ecstatic because that does show great progression. And it shows that Justin's a leader and he can get the job done in crunch time. The other side of it, though, he didn't end up doing it. And I think that's not a testament to Justin whatsoever. I think that's a testament to who he has on the outside and who's on the offensive line right now, because he bought a lot of time with his legs, even on the last drive, to even try to look for someone down the field, and no one was open. If he has legitimate weapons, I believe Justin marches down the field.
But that's what I'm saying. Poles is not drafting a receiver in the top 7. I just don't see it happening because I feel like he's a guy that loves
I agree.
the up front on both sides. And he won't do that. If you sit back at 15
But
or
if-
13, like you can get Jackson, you can get Addison, you can get Quentin Johnston, and you'll be happier with that at 15 than
But what if you trade back and get 2 players in that range? I really think that if he got a top 10 pick, I really think he would trade
I
back
agree.
and get 2
I think
first
he
round
would
picks.
too.
it just really depends on the spot. Like
Right.
if we're
No, I
sitting at
understand.
8, 9, or 10,
No one's trading.
no one
Well,
cares
but
about that really.
We're at 6 right now.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. No one cares about it unless it's for Bryce Young or CJ Stroud.
You don't think someone would go up for Skronsky or whatever?
Maybe.
Will
Maybe.
Anderson?
Well, right now it's
Yeah,
it's
like-
Houston, Las Vegas, Carolina,
Boom, guess what?
Philadelphia,
Houston-
and Jacksonville.
Houston not trading. They need a quarterback. They're going to take one. Carolina's going to find their way up at 2, not trading. 3,
Vegas.
they're stuck with Carr probably. He's got too much money. No one wants that.
I heard that they're like on a side note, I
They
heard
said
that they're
that,
like
yeah.
ready to they're already preparing this offseason to like find a way to move on and move up and
Really?
trade to land
Oh,
someone else.
really?
Dude, I heard that I literally read a report that they are
I
going to
saw
try to
something-
find a way to get to CJ Stroud. Like literally, I don't know how they would do that.
Oh my
but
God.
that's who they like. That basically who the
I mean,
Josh McDaniels' master plan is for. Yeah, because now, like you said earlier, to your point, Hunter, they're all in on him. They have to pay Josh McDaniels because they can't buy out another contract like the Gruden thing. So that's just, I'm sure Josh McDaniels came to the office like, yeah, it's not working with Carr, but if we get CJ Stroud, we'll make it work. And Mark Davis is just like whatever. I don't know.
They have the weapons, perfect for him, but that defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like teams that are sitting up there that are high right now, this is probably one of the better. It's just those two, really, in my opinion, that you trade up for.
So the Raiders might be a team that would be willing to. They might be, if you guys could sit at the Raiders might be them.
Raiders would probably get a quarterback if they have the chance to at the second, third pick. I mean, if you're saying that stuff, then probably because it doesn't look like Carr's.
Maybe we're manifesting what's going to. Maybe this is just what's really going to go down.
If the Lions somehow find the way up there, I probably would assume they're going to take a QB because Goff ain't moving the needle. So that's what I'm saying.
Should,
you have to get a top 4 pick to even trade back. Really, like no.
You don't think at 5 or 6 you could trade back?
The quarterbacks are gone.
But see, like
someone might trade up for a Will Anderson.
but like,
maybe, but they're not going to give you
the
as much
Saints
as they
traded up
do.
for a
They're
receiver.
not going to
I
give you
agree.
as much as if they're trading up for a
the
quarterback.
Saints
you're in the
traded
spot
a first round for a receiver.
Huh?
The Saints traded a
If
first
your
round pick
team
for a
really likes
receiver.
a guy, like I would say, if the franchise really wants someone,
I agree.
they're willing to make like a. That's the thing is, and it looks bad now, but he is also going to be a franchise guy for us. So I mean, if they're
it
willing
just
to,
depends. It really just depends who is in those slots.
I think
If
my thing
we
is,
land a top 4 pick, yes, Poles trades back. I don't think it's a question, and then we get 2. Perfect. That's a great plan then. But I don't know if they're gonna be in that range.
I just believe in like kind of the philosophy that Poles has so much that I truly do believe if we did have a top 10 pick, which I think we will, I honestly believe he's going to trade back and try to rack up more picks.
Either that or take an O lineman.
Yeah.
One of my questions, I really just need to say this because it was so bad yesterday. The refs, like something has to change. Like
I'm passionate about this one.
and it's not even like I know you are, Dobbs, but like it's not even like the Bears had some ticky tack calls and stuff. Like, but the Gabe Davis one really strikes me different because that's a drop. I think everyone saw that in America. Why didn't you go back and change it? Yeah, maybe they ran hurry up and stuff like that. The Cowboys game. Did you see the no call on CeeDee Lamb? Bro, he was there. The ball wasn't even close to him. Jair Alexander literally hacked him. And then before that, they got an offside penalty on Jalen Tolbert. And
I saw that.
You saw that? And he literally he obviously points to the ref when he lines up. Every receiver does that. That's
Right.
That's in your brain.
You don't
have
want to line up offsides.
And the ref told him to scoot up.
there's so many
There's
other.
there's video. Like
Yeah,
they're like,
you're right.
and Tolbert said it. He's like, the guy literally told me to scoot up. I just need to know like something has to change about these refs. They have to be held accountable because even after the Bears-Dolphins game, it's like, oh yeah, the NFL came out and said that they should have called 2 flags. That does nothing for anyone after the fact. Fire them, suspend them, do something, find them. Like there has to be a change, and that just brings into my question: should like more calls be able to be challenged?
Let me go last, please, because I have so much to say that I don't want to take the floor. Like I want everyone else to go
I
first
just want
because
to
I
say
have too
real
many
quick,
things.
I absolutely think that subjective based calls should be challenged, like PI and stuff.
Like there's so many times like they're like, yeah, like a PI, bro. That changes the whole game because it's a spot foul.
Right.
That could be 50 yards down the field, and then they get it there. That happened again in the Dolphins game. Tyreek had an underthrown ball in the end zone. Damn, landed at the 1, touchdown next play. That changes every damn thing. Yeah, it was probably a PI, but like make that challengeable. Like make them think about it. Like I don't know what has to happen, but something needs to be done because it is getting so bad. Like these guys are 60-year-old men who like probably blind damn near
Right.
at this point. Something has to
I don't think they're
change,
full
man.
time either.
Yeah, like I don't know what's going on, man. It's really blowing me up. Like it sucks watching it sometimes and seeing a game get changed. Like like I'm not here to watch y'all. Like no one is.
Right.
It bugs me, and it wasn't even with the Bears this week. It was last week with the Bears. So I felt for Cowboys fans. Like Vikings. Yes, they ended up winning, but that Gabe Davis one probably should have never went to OT or you know what I'm saying? Like there's just so many instances. It's always across the league. Like holding calls, like those are really hard to see. Yeah, but those I feel like should be challengeable because they are hard to see. Get a closer look at it. Are they really holding 2 hands on their back or something like that? I don't know. Something's got to be changed because I saw a couple holding calls that no one touched them in the Chargers game, in the Cowboys game. The Bears had one. Like it's just, I don't know. It blows my mind sometimes.
Right. And I will say that, sports in general, sometimes the refs will have a part in the game and they'll have a game-changing call. Sometimes it's part of sports. Sometimes that's why baseball doesn't do the, automated strike and ball caller because there's a human element to sports.
Yeah.
And I understand that. But there's a point in where you're crossing a line by changing the game so much that it becomes almost not impossible to overcome. But to your point, the underthrown defensive pass interference call is the most egregious call in sports. If you're a corner and the quarterback throws the ball behind you, underthrown at your feet, there's no other sound way that you can tell the ball, A, is being underthrown, B, change the way that you're playing defense, because when you're hip to hip with a receiver, you're expecting the ball to be thrown in the receiver's hands. So you're playing him no matter what. If the ball's underthrown, the receiver has to come back for it. That's not your fault for being in the right position. You're there, you're playing good defense. If the quarterback makes a bad throw, how the hell is that a call for you? Plus, you're typically a 40 or 50-yard play. So
Always.
that's changing the entire game. And honestly, in the Super Bowl against Philly, I remember Tom, he does this a lot. Tom threw a ball to, I don't remember the receiver.
It might have been Gronk.
It might have been Gronk, but it was like a 40-yard play, underthrown, corner or the linebackers playing good coverage, and they call a defensive pass interference. And I'm like, you've seen this happen for, when was that game? 3 or 4 years ago? It's happened for 4 years now, and the coaches are, seeing this as well, telling the guys how to play defense. There's just not a way to play against that.
Well,
it just happens.
Side note on just this point, because that's a great point. I haven't even thought about this. Like this, and this is just realistic for a sec. Why in the fuck? So if there's a pass interference on a ball that's uncatchable, the refs are like, oh, it's uncatchable or tipped. You can't interfere on that. Why would the same rule not apply to underthrown balls? Yeah, gang, balls underthrown. It's a simple. This is the point, guys. This is the fucking point of why I get so mad. And I'm gonna keep it real. Again, Saints fan. So imagine all this kept your team literally out of a chance to win a ring. I've seen it happen. This is the point. It has nothing to do with. They don't want to make the right call, bro. It's the integrity of what's happening. They clearly favor certain markets. They clearly favor certain fucking areas and regions that are going to give them more money, that they give them more viewership. It has nothing to do with the best team. It has to do with getting most money. And until that changes, this will always be an issue. And gambling made this 20 times worse. You have some dumb fucking ref who has literally, like you said, he's a part-time loser. I don't give a fuck what he does on the side. He tells his fucking cousin, hey, dude, make sure you take this over because I'm gonna make sure it hits. Put 10 grand on that over. It's gonna hit. When shit like that is possible, the game's fucked and it will stay fucked. Quote that. That's the problem. If you're not a fan of a big market team, and that's why I feel so shitty. Every single week, our team is at a disadvantage. No doubt about it. If we're not playing with a small market team, there's not a doubt about it. And that shit is frustrating. I know every small market fan agrees with that shit.
No, real shit.
That's real life, bro.
No,
it's ridiculous.
Can I fuel this really quick and then keep going?
Like it's
From
like
the last,
this thing got
I
won a fucking Super Bowl.
I understand there's good coaching, but in the last 10 games of no penalties, it's the Chiefs, Packers, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Colts, Chiefs, Eagles, Patriots, and Browns.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
So the
of Chiefs.
Packers and Chiefs are in there.
A lot of Packers.
Yeah,
That's unreal.
40%.
I'm not kidding you. That is so. I lost money yesterday. I bet on 3 teams that had a 14-point lead yesterday. I swear to you, all 3 of them had 14-point leads. That Packers one pissed me off the Packers Cowboys game pissed me off so much, because I'm not kidding you. I don't know what they saw. Like
they don't, bro. Even
if I didn't have money out of it, like I would have still been pissed. Like I'm gonna fucking show every last one of you the fucking picture because this is unreal.
I know. I saw it.
Is that not a DPI?
Right.
That's of course it is. And there will be refs that are literally looking right at it. You will see it. That's the point. As I promise you, they have in their head, I'm going to make as minimal calls as possible for this. They will make enough that it is not completely obvious, but they certainly know who they want to win the game. It might not always be the result. They can try their fucking hardest, and sometimes a team will overcome it, which does happen a fair amount of time, because sometimes that is, like you said, it's a human element. Sometimes even when they still want someone to win, but the reality situation is a lot of these dudes have an agenda. It might not be all of them. It might not be saying half of them is bad. But the point of the matter is, at least enough of these dudes do not have integrity. They don't know what they're doing. They literally aren't even full-time. The NFL is so fucking lazy that they won't pay the most important guys on the field that don't play the game a full-time salary. And that's exactly how they feel about us as fans, if you're not one of the fucking golden fan bases. And you guys are lucky enough to be into a big market.
But
like
the refs make $200K a year.
They make $200K a year, but they should be
that's a good
making.
job.
They should.
That's a good job.
It is, but
Should
it's like,
pay less.
but they're not full time. Well, then they should be. No, they should be at least. There's something needs to change.
I
'cause
don't think it matters if they're full time or not. You're making $200K. Like you're pretty set for
Yeah,
like
but that's
what
not
they're
their
making,
comfortable
livelihood,
life.
though.
Well, I think what
A
they're
very
making doesn't even
comfortable
matter.
life.
My point is like it's like if what they're being told to do is to make certain calls for certain teams,
Yeah.
also not gonna be able to be a ref anymore.
Yeah.
Then like that's the point though. It's like what they're being paid doesn't even really matter. It's the
telling
integrity
you,
of what they're
man.
getting paid.
I'm telling
to
you,
do,
man.
know what
No,
I mean?
okay.
Like-
When
like-
it comes down to it, I'm so certain that Vegas has a hand in all of this because
Yes.
when a team is 80% of the public bet is on a certain team, I promise you the other team is covering.
it gets
happens
ticky. The games get
every
ticky.
time. And to anyone out there that sees this, if you need to go in and look at what the percentage of the bets are for the public because I promise you the other team is covering.
Dude, I'm not fucking
99% of the time.
I'm not kidding you. The Bears they had a 14-point lead yesterday. Jalen Johnson had a phantom hands to the face call. The guy literally fell. There's a picture of him falling, and yes, Jalen's pressing. The fuck is he's not going for his face, he's going for
That's
his
what the
chest.
Saints lost the Vikings
He's falling
game on
down,
this
like,
year.
I don't get it.
I know what you mean. It's
sometimes.
literally it was the same way we lost to the Vikings.
Did the Bears have an 80? I think they had like an 80 some amount of bets on them yesterday. Like 90% sure.
did.
They had a 14-point lead going into the fourth quarter.
We're calling this episode "Fuck
Okay.
Refs." Like this is the
Chicago.
"Fuck Refs"
The
episode.
Bears had 70% of
Okay.
the spread bets and 84% of the money line bets.
Boom.
And it's usually you'll see the money line be like super favored if it's like minus 300. People are throwing in like parlays and stuff. The Bears were minus 150.
What was the Cowboys game yesterday?
That one was like 50-40, so it was close.
It was close.
Like 55-45.
Bills.
Where are they?
I will just admit though, the Bills
Those
just
were
straight
close,
up beat
too.
themselves to it. It's like the Bills just that was
Yeah,
just
that was
that was a beat
outrageous.
It
yourself.
wasn't for their favor. I was just saying because that was just a weird one too. I don't know, man. Something's going on. I hate it. Like
I've been feeling like
Seriously.
this literally for years, and it only got worse after we got cheated out of the bowl because then when Sean Payton wore the clown shirt with Goodell on it, I'm not even kidding you. I literally feel like things got infinitely worse. Like where it's like the Saints actually are the most penalized team in the league. I know for a fact this year, but that's also because they just suck and they penalize a lot. But then it's like things get caught on tie. Like
Weird.
wait.
It's just-
Also,
The Raiders had 83% of the money line and 68% of the spread.
interesting.
Hmm.
Wait a second though. Seriously, because let's see who had the more penalties yesterday in the Bears Lions game.
we do need to start keeping track of this somehow.
The Bears
The
had
one people, we be like the
listen,
one
listen,
people
listen.
that keep track of how
the
fraudulent
Bears.
the refs are.
The Bears had 9 penalties for 86 yards. The Lions had 2 for 15 yards. And the Bears, it seemed like they have been one of the more least penalized teams because I've noticed that. Like
That's
I think
Eberflus's
and
line.
and that the Lions
Eberf-
get penalized all the time.
that's Eberflus's kind of thing, and it's kind of like a Lions thing that they like. I don't know, man. It was bad. It's pissing me off, honestly. Like something's got to happen. I know it sounds like
Sportsbooks can't run out of money, bro. If they run out of money, they're
yes,
fucked. So
I am bitching. There's no two ways around it. I'm bitching. Yes, but like I'm bitching because I'm a fan of the game, and like sometimes
I'm bitching with him.
it hurts, bro, to watch.
So many of the people's comments are going to be like, oh, he's just because he's a Bears fan, blah, blah, blah.
I talked about the Cowboys-Packers game. I talked about the Bills-Vikings. The Chargers game, there was a couple misholdings. Like, there's just so many. Like, I know they're humans too, but like some things should be challengeable. That's just my stance.
They just need to get a sky judge. The XFL did it great, and it was amazing.
They should.
It would solve all this,
I'm
all
with
of it.
You know, real quick, last side note about this, unless I know something to say. But there's a video, and I don't remember who it was exactly from, but Dylan, I think you know what I'm talking about. You know John Boy?
John
He
Boy, yeah. I
broke
love John Boy
down
media.
how they do it in cricket. And it's like if the refs don't know, and they're kind of like, and even just one ref is like, no, it's not. We're going to take it. They take the shit to literally so everyone in the stadium can see it. Everyone in the stadium is seeing exactly how it's being reviewed. You can literally hear everyone talking, so it's not like you're not like, what are they saying to each other? That's another thing with the NFL is you really a lot of time there's no trust.
Transparency would be nice.
There's no transparency. You have no clue what the discussion is. So they show you the discussion, they show you exactly what they're reviewing, and they have like a group of 30 guys all reviewing it together, and they come to a consensus. You have a big number of guys that say, yeah, that's the right call. And even with that, you know what? It still could be a jury where they still are just gonna like f you over, but it makes it a lot harder to do it that way. It really makes it a lot harder to want to mess games up on purpose when you have that kind of integrity in place.
I never thought of that. When they huddle up for so long,
You have no idea what they're
What
saying.
the hell are they talking
Oh,
about?
dude, I guarantee
So
one of them's like, no, we can't make that call right now, dude. That's gonna fuck over one thing. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even see their faces. It's literally like they huddle up like as close as they can, so you cannot hear or see the conversation.
I don't know, man. It's just feeling weird this year. I don't know.
I am glad I am not alone because I've known this since 2018 with a vigorous passion.
Yeah, I don't know. Yesterday it pissed me off a lot. For sure. Yes, it did.
That felt good. I needed to like get this out.
Money was for sure involved. Yes, I was mad I lost money. But also just more the fact that like these old heads don't know what to do.
He's spitting.
And I'm gonna tell the people that comment, yeah, I lost money. So that could be somewhere the anger's coming from. But also like I'm not even saying it for the Bears in general. Like it's a lot of other teams I'm noticing.
Fuck you, John Hussey.
Fuck John Hussey.
There's so many refs I could go off on, bro. That just like I could go. So
I didn't even give my Fields rant today because the refs got me hyped. But yeah, I don't know what to say anymore. I'm done.
It needed to be said. I've wanted to have like the ref rant / discussion for so long because they are terrible, and we have a lot of clips from it. So
If any of you bozos in that comment
So many clips.
see our next video, he's him, by the way. Just accept it at this point. Not much else you could say. He's a running back. Yeah, that's what dumbasses say.
I don't have anything else unless you guys want to.
I think we're good. We're over an hour.
Hi, Terry.
The Commanders are going into score shortly. So yeah, thank you guys for watching / listening. I was very thrilled to be back with you guys.
you just cursed the Commanders. They didn't score yet.
They're on like the 15.
B
Now you
Rob.
can't say that.
Hi,
though.
B
I
Rob.
didn't say
Score.
they are going to score.
God, yeah, I hope he jinxed them.
What do people need in fantasy tonight?
I need Jalen Hurts to score 23 points and Devonta Smith to do well, and the Eagles defense. Oh, I need the Commanders to score, and Miles Sanders and AJ Brown to not do good.
So you need a lot.
Because Steven has
he needs a lot.
the entire fucking Eagles team.
I somehow need McLaurin to get me back from a 20-point deficit and outscore Goddard at the same time. So
So he needs to
It's a-
outscore Goddard by 20.
something like that. I don't know the numbers, but yeah. So if McLaurin 3 touchdowns on Slay or something, figure it out.
Don't tell me please don't tell me he scored the first touchdown.
It was, Jalen Hurts QB sneak.
Good stuff. Oh, yeah. So I can't have Dallas Goddard score or I can't have like basically if they both score a touchdown I'm screwed, or if one of them scores 2 touchdowns I'm screwed. So that's for Hunter. So
Yeah,
I just can't have one of them do that.
I'm down by 23 right now, and I have Godare and Robinson. So it's gonna be a tight.
Heineke's cooking.
I hope he cooks to Brian Robinson for a very long pass play.
No,
Their offense
No.
is so much better with Jahan.
Yeah, it opens.
Oh wait, is
everything.
Jahan doing stuff? I actually do have him starting in one league, other
He
league.
just caught a pass. I don't know.
I just need him to.
So
I have a
you
9
can't
point
guard
lead.
him?
Connor,
I'm
you
starting
need
with-
anything or no? You're just winning because you have Pat Mahomes and Justin Fields.
I have had the best fantasy football week this week. My fantasy scores have been 147, 157, 167. I put 200 up in our burner best ball league. I had a fantastic week.
Ooh,
So
you know how those
basically-
always go next week.
Yeah, no, the week before that, ass.
Antonio Gibson
So you put
totally
just ran
183
it to
last
the
week.
one.
your team will be hung
I
over
put up
next week.
183 last week.
In our league, yes.
Who just
No,
ran it to one?
I think that was 2 weeks ago.
Antonio Gibson.
No, that was
Why did you
last
just
week,
punch
bro.
it in?
That was last week. Damn, I'm
Hi,
kind
B-Rob.
of crazy.
No, hi Heineke.
Yeah, you scored 180 last week.
Hi,
180
Heineke.
last week?
Yeah.
And 150?
Because I was sick, I scored 157 and you outscored me.
Yeah, I put up 212. So
Heineke's
Yeah, that was crazy.
all right. Thanks,
No,
thanks, you don't
Thanks,
know ball
guys.
listeners.
Wait, live touchdown feed and Antonio Gibson scores a touchdown.
Oh my goodness.